Is it going to start?
We live. I guess it did work.
And we live, baby. It's working. It's working. Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Juiced Up Jobbers. It's not our normal day. Oh, well, we're here to have some fun. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to be doing a little tier list ranking, as you see here. Now, this is for the World Heavyweight Champions from 2002 to the present. I know some people will say, oh, well, the belt's a different lineage. I don't care. All right? I don't care. So that's what we're going to be doing today, me and Axel. We might get Shush. I haven't heard from him. I don't know where he's at, you Shusha maniacs. Get your boy. But
we here. That's all that matters. We here.
We here. And we going to rock and roll, baby. All right, give me 1 second here.
Yes, sir. But of course, like Chris said, this ain't your normal day, but hey, why not make content when you can make content for those who won't see it? Hey, RJ's here.
What's
here.
What's
up, RJ?
Thank you, RJ. You are the man. All right. But yeah, like I said, we are doing the tier list. As you see here for the S tier, I have labeled it main event. And then we got upper mid-card, opening bout, and dark match. So, how are we feeling about Mr. Triple H, Axe? Mr. Triple H, World Heavyweight Champion.
So, just to make sure, this is everything, right? If they've been world champion multiple times, you're combining everything
together.
Yes,
you are combining every World Heavyweight Championship reign, excluding WWE Champion.
Of course.
But, honestly, when it comes to Triple H, you just instantly think of the Reign of Terror. Like,
instantly.
Like,
terribly.
And it wasn't good until it was over. Like, you think about it, it was the best when it ended. So you have to give some credit for, being the heel and wanting it to end. But was this kind of heat good heat? Or was it go away heat? And that's where you got to make the decision. Triple H, I don't know. What are you feeling?
It's like when you put it that way, I mean, it's like, damn, main event, upper mid card. It's like there's no in between. So, I mean, it is what it is for what it was. And people will forever remember the Booker T moment. And I don't blame anyone for that. There's a reason it's called the Reign of Terror, because at some points it should have ended, but it didn't. But I feel like upper mid card should be where it should land. But if RJ is here for the complete podcast, there is only two of us. So if there is a disagreement, RJ, if you don't mind, if you are still here.
Hold up. Look at this. Look at this man in the comments.
He's done. He's off the pod, bro. He's off the podcast, bro.
Where you at? You can join, dude.
He's off the pod, bro. But RJ, since you are here, a lot of other people are here too.
What's up, Angel?
What's up, Angel? What's up? So I feel like if we do reach a disagreement, we ask the crowd, and then we kind of try to average it out. Because I feel I feel like you don't agree with me when it comes to upper mid card.
See, I think
that's the thing.
My thing is like the Reign of Terror was rough, okay? And I think a lot of people can just, if you lived through that, it was hard seeing Triple H constantly win the title back. And I think that's what did it for me. Or like, when he was time for him to drop it and it would make sense, like the Booker T thing, he didn't drop it. And then, Shawn Michaels wins it off of him. And then he gets it back. And then you have Goldberg come in. And instead of Goldberg just running through Triple H in that elimination chamber, even though Triple H is hurt, he finds a way to keep that belt around his waist and then delay it, the inevitable. Same thing with Randy Orton and then Voldemort. And then he gets it back. And then finally, we get to the Batista match. So for me, personally, I'm kind of leaning more towards mid-card because of the highs were high, but I feel like the lows were extremely low. Like you think like the matches with Kevin Nash and Scott Steiner, like those kind of matches, that's where I feel like it goes in the mid-card.
You weren't rocking with the arm wrestle in the middle of the
I was
ring,
not
bro?
rocking, but you know what? When I was a kid, the arm wrestling, like I was still somehow into it. But
Of course, bro. That's it. It's Triple H versus Big Papa Pump, bro.
Big
What you
Papa
talking
Pump
about?
in an arm wrestling match.
But you also got to put into
It's
effect
exhilarating.
you also got to put into effect though the storylines that came with it. Like, yeah, the Shawn Michaels stuff, but let's remember the storyline was just the betrayal. Who did it? Oh my God, Shawn's back. It was Triple H. He was never gonna win it. He can't win that. First off, who's gonna win a world championship in jeans? Let's But like I said, as of right now, it looks like me and Chris disagree. So we'll let the comments try to
I'm
ratio
gonna
it
let the
out.
comments. Like I'm gonna defer this one to the comments. Axe says upper mid card. I say mid card. What are you guys feeling for the Triple H title reign? I'm gonna give you all a minute here.
See what I wish I could see is the comments. Oh wait, I could. Hey.
I was about to say, I think you still can see them.
All right, so far we got upper mid card tier is about right. Shush said the opening bout. Shush, like this is on live right now. I'm gonna be real with you. The
Upper
fact
mid
that you could
card.
be in the fact that you could be in the comments is crazy, bro. That's all I'm gonna
He's
say.
probably doing something, honestly, because he wasn't responding to me. So he's
But
got to
wait,
be
he's
doing
doing
something.
something. But he's able to watch this podcast and be able to comment at the right times and not be late with comments. I don't
Oh,
want to hear
see,
that.
look, see, look, Vincent on my side here. He's got mid
Mm.
card, baby. He's got mid card.
Well,
Shush, shush.
we
I will let you be the deciding factor.
he said opening bout.
But that's not an option in this case.
Yeah,
I
it's just
mean,
you like I get that you did go one tier above, but you have to be like cut it out, bro. We're talking about his title reign, not his whole career, not him as a booker.
yeah.
Like we're talking about title
So
reign.
I'm gonna keep it with what RJ said. I'm gonna give it to upper mid card for this one, just because
Let's go.
I can give it because I think it made Batista into the star that he was. So I
Bro,
think for
that
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 only
that
I can set it aside and agree upper mid card it is.
that whole celebration, thumbs up, then thumbs down.
It was worth it for the moment. How are we feeling about Shawn Michaels though?
You see, this is where we have a problem. Now everything you said makes sense. And it sucks on Shawn Michaels' part because all you have is the moment.
You have the moment, and that's
All
it.
you have is what I tried to bring for Triple H is the storyline. There's not really any character development. I mean, you did show that Shawn Michaels, okay, you still got it. Like it was the uprising of the second coming of Shawn Michaels, but you can only use that other stuff around it so much. So as a title reign, I would say opening bout, but if you say dark match, I would not be upset because again,
So I honestly, dark match isn't even in my thoughts here. Honestly, That moment alone was so great. I would be willing to put it in mid card. However, just because the reign was not very long and he lost it right back to Triple H, I'm going to go opening bout for my how I feel. Um, but I mean, it's a high opening bout because it's Shawn Michaels, okay. But
You
unfortunately, as
see,
we're going by
you
reigns, it
you
was
you
one
see,
reign.
Shush. You see, Shush. Here's the thing. I don't remember that either because, as Chris said, I thought the entire reign was circled around Triple H. I had no clue that there was a match with him and RVD. Wasn't that memorable? So again,
I don't remember that. Like
and that's no shot at either man. It's just
exactly, and like it's not.
like years like a couple years from now, people aren't going to remember that Liv Morgan during her world title reign defended it against Selena Vega. They're not going to remember that
No, not at all.
because the entire reign was circled around Rhea Ripley.
And look, yep, and RJ
ACK.
agrees with us. So
Oh yeah,
I
so
feel like
RJ agrees.
we're straight there. I think we got a good set. How are we feeling about the man Goldberg and his World Heavyweight Championship reign?
You see, with Goldberg, you gotta remember this is younger Goldberg, if you young, but
Younger.
uh, I I would be okay with putting it in mid card, but it is still Goldberg. So I mean, you know,
Because,
can't call him Oldberg, right? Right.
but
This
you know
moment.
what my problem is? Do you remember? Like in the comments, please help me. Do you remember any matches from the Goldberg title reign?
I'm glad you say it because sometimes I get embarrassed when I
And
don't
I
remember
don't
everything
know,
because as a content creator, people expect you to remember everything. So I appreciate Chris right now because I don't
yeah, I,
remember a
and I agree.
god
I felt the same
damn
way saying this.
thing.
Is like, and I used to really rock with Goldberg. I don't remember a single defense. I'm sure he lost it back to Triple H. I'm not 100% sure on that.
But here's my thing. I don't
RJ,
even
I'm sure RJ knows. If you can
I,
help me, dude,
I don't
I am
but I
drawing a
don't
blank.
remember him being world champion in WWE times. WCW, yeah. I don't. Was he world heavyweight champion during? Like,
Oh my! How did I forget? Shush. Okay, thank you, Shush. Like I appreciate this. Like
okay, so he
this, I'm
was.
remembering now.
Okay.
Like now that you say this, I remember looking into this. Um, I don't remember who wins this match, but I do remember looking into it because I was trying to think of like.
It's
I
definitely
remember
not
this was
Kane.
like 2 3 years ago. I was trying to think of like Kane matches, and I couldn't think of like that many from that time period. But honestly, of course, Triple H won. Honestly, I would put this in the opening bout, to be honest, just because
Like,
like
like,
neither
like
one
I
of us can
said,
remember.
like I said, I would say mid card, but if you say opening bout, I would not be upset.
I
So
think we're just
right
gonna have to
along
go
with
with opening
with
bout. No disrespect to Goldberg, obviously. Like I don't remember. There's nothing I can really add to that.
remember,
However,
remember, guys, we're just fans. We're not experts, so don't go
I'm
in the
not a
comment.
wrestling
Oh,
historian.
oh,
Okay,
oh! But you don't understand what Goldberg did during that match. The
for
way
the
he
business.
uplifted Triple H, like, bro, excuse me. But who's next? Because I could vaguely see.
Next is the Legend Killer, Randy Orton. Before he was the Legend Killer, technically.
Randy Orton. Now that first title reign is gonna bring a lot of the stock down because it could have been great, but young Orton just couldn't hang with the big dogs.
But you know what? I will give this his first reign some points here, mainly for the moment of winning it and becoming the youngest reigning world heavyweight champion at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's pretty significant.
And shush,
But
we're talking about all reigns, so even his reign counts with or are you just doing this reign?
so we're doing all reigns, but I'm trying to remember outside of this reign, he mainly had
Christian,
WWE championships up until he won the unified belts.
No, he had the feud with Christian when it was him versus
That
Christian for the world title.
that's that. You know what? That's right. And
Hmm. But
but you know
besides
what? I
that,
don't feel like, honestly, I don't feel like the feud with Christian, while it was a good feud and had some good matches, I felt like he shouldn't have been beating Christian for that title.
oh, of course not. But it's the same sense as Matt Hardy versus Jeff Hardy. They definitely did not see Christian as the world champion.
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
they had him win the title, but I mean, moments are moments.
yeah. But I mean, for me, if I'm gonna take into account the moment from the first reign and then his later reigns with the title, I would go mid card.
I'm fine with mid card.
I think mid card is where I'd want to
If it
go
wasn't for that
for
short
Mr. Randall
reign,
Keith.
if it wasn't for that short reign at the very beginning, it could have been upper mid card, but you know.
Yeah, but how are we feeling about Voldemort?
Ugh.
And I am willing to be objective and forget about the person and just look at the reign on this one.
You know what?
As long as like
If
I
Chris
can
is
do
able
that.
to do it, I will go along with Chris.
I can put
I
my
will
feelings aside and I will be
I
objective here.
I will do the same only because I know Chris feels as strongly as I do. So if he's able to do it, I should be able to do it as well. So with all that being said,
This is tricky because
with all that being said,
he who shall not be named had a really good WrestleMania match with Triple H and Shawn Michaels,
had a great moment with Eddie Guerrero in the ring.
and had a really good. I think they had it was at Backlash, I believe they had the rematch, which was really good. However, other than that, and then losing it to Randy Orton, I don't think it equates enough. And maybe it's just because I'm just drawing blanks or I've blocked it out of my mind. I don't think it warrants upper mid card, but maybe closer to the top of the mid card, like maybe before Randy Orton.
If
That's me
I'm
being completely
if
objective.
if exactly if I'm really being that way, and I as
Because,
much as
like
I
I said, outside of those two matches, the WrestleMania and the Backlash matches, I don't remember anything else. Those were great matches, but everything else, because I don't think he lost the belt until SummerSlam against Randy. So I honestly, I'm going mid card,
I would say mid card too, but not above Randy
not
because
above Randy. I can,
remember his other reigns are better than
and Randy did have more. Yes, yes,
yeah.
Randy had
So
better. I keep forgetting because I'm looking at the picture and I'm thinking only 2004 Randy Orton world title
that's
reign.
why I want to
That's
make
my
sure.
problem.
You know that's why I want to make sure.
That's why you're here, Axel. How are we feeling about Dave Batista though? Because
You
I want to see
see,
where your head's at compared to mine.
you see, the thing with Batista, were the reigns good or were the stories centered around the reigns good?
Well, aren't the
The moments
stories
are
and the
there.
reigns? Is the stories are part of the reigns now, in my
No,
opinion.
but that's what I'm saying. But you know, the reigns come with the matches and everything else. So I'm
Okay,
just
well, do you
thinking,
want me to go first here?
because you could have great matches like Cody Rhodes, but the stories around those matches
That is fair.
are
That is a very
are
valid
ass.
point.
Like him versus Logan Paul, that made no fucking sense to the point where Cody needed help from somebody nobody knew, but
Yep.
the match was great. So it's like I, he's not going to be the first main event. That's the thing here. He's not going to be.
Really?
He's not.
Well. So okay. Also, Axel, I do want to put this in perspective. When once we get through everybody, we can go through individuals and position them. So like,
Oh yeah, that's
say
why I'm
we
trying
put
to
Batista in
that.
upper mid card, and then say like Booker T and Jack Swagger, for instance. At the end, we can go and reorder them to our definitive ranking. I figured we'd do that and make it a little bit easier. Um, me, I don't know, man. Big Dave had my man had some good stories, and I thought it was a very solid reign. I could make the argument for main event solely based on the story with Triple H. The whole Evolution breakup story with Batista and Triple H, I think, is one of the best stories WWE has done. Um,
What's
and
good,
also,
Tristan?
I always think back to the matches with the Undertaker at WrestleMania 23, and then the following, like that feud. I always thought that was one of my favorite feuds as a kid. Um, I love how at WrestleMania 23 they didn't get the main event, so they went out there and showed everybody why they should have been the main event. So like me, I would put him in main event or upper mid card. I will let
I'm
you
I
and the
I
other
I
people.
I'm at upper mid card. I saw somebody say mid card. I don't know about that, but I definitely have him at
Everybody,
mid
how
card.
do you guys feel about Batista's world title reign? Would you guys go main event or upper mid card here?
Or you
And
can let.
I feel like he world champion when he turned on Rey Mysterio. You're supposed to be my friend. I don't remember.
I think so. I know they were.
I feel like
I
that was a world title feud, but I may be wrong.
I don't. I think you're not wrong because for some reason I see him having both the world championship and the tag team titles.
No.
Because no, okay, so
See,
never mind.
Angel says main event. WWE guy says main event.
RJ says upper mid card.
Upper mid.
I mean, he was neck and neck with Cena before the injury. You're not lying with that one.
Not lying at all. Like not lying at all. Like that's crazy to think about too. It's really crazy because you really think back then when you had Cena on Raw and Batista on SmackDown, like they Dave was just as big a star as Cena. I don't
Oh
care
yeah.
what you say at that part. But for right now, I will go. How about
Nah,
we do this?
nah, nah. You like I said, we should ratio it out, and
So how many do we get for upper mid card, and how many do
it,
we
it
get for main event?
it's main event. It's three
All
to
right,
two.
it is main event. All right,
I'm not mad at it.
all right. I'll take it. I'll take the dub on that.
I said
But
he wasn't
Kurt
gonna be the
Angle.
first main event, but hey, that's why we got the followers. We got the people in the comments. You guys are a part of this too.
So yeah, like how do you guys feel about Kurt Angle, the wrestling machine, Kurt Angle? Um, he only had the one world title, world heavyweight championship reign. If I'm not
C-
mistaken, it was
c-
only
c-
one.
correct us if we're wrong, because I'm pretty sure it was one as
It
well.
was one. I'm trying to remember. I don't think he beat anyone for it. I feel like he won it when Batista vacated it. I feel like that's correct. Before
It's
he was injured, Batista got injured, and
it's
somehow
so
that's when Kurt Angle won.
it's so long ago, man.
Ah, dude, like I can't wait till we get to the like more fresher ones. This is gonna be so much easier.
Y'all gotta
But Kurt
understand,
Angle,
man.
I
We
all I
we
remember
we
from Kurt
we
Angle,
watch so much wrestling. Y'all gotta understand, man.
you really gotta understand. Like, so Kurt Angle, I remember had a match with Mark Henry at the Royal Rumble 2007. Is that it? No, 2006. 2006. He had a match with Mark Henry, and all I remember was after the match, after he retained, The Undertaker came out on the chariots and shot lightning bolts out of his hands and made the ring collapse. And then they had that banger match at No Way Out. That match is one of my favorite matches of all time.
He lost to Rey Mysterio.
And then he lost to Rey Mysterio in a 9-minute triple threat match at WrestleMania 22,
Terrible.
which was a decent match, but they weren't giving it any time. So, with that being said,
Mid card.
I'm going to go mid card. I'm
Yeah.
not going to put it in opening bout just because I honestly feel like the match with the Undertaker is one of the most like underrated gems of like all time, in my opinion. I feel like nobody talks about it the way it deserves to be. So yeah, I'll go mid card. King Mysterious.
King Mysterious is crazy.
How we feeling about Mr. Rey Mysterio? His one World Heavyweight
Do
Championship reign.
do we factor in the fact that if it wasn't for Eddie's passing, he wouldn't have won the world championship.
That's up to you. That's up to you if you want to factor that in.
Because it's like,
It's
because
sad but true.
that's a what if, because it really, did they see Rey Mysterio? Like, you
You
saw
know
what they
damn well
you
Vince
you
did
you
not see
saw
Rey
what they did.
Mysterio like that.
You saw what they did to him when he won the WWE championship.
Well, I mean, just
He lost it the
think
same
about this
night.
reign. Rey Mysterio won the World Heavyweight Championship, had a great moment. It was a great lead up to it, and then they just disrespected this man to no end.
Yeah,
They shit on this man, dude.
every time.
He was just getting his ass kicked by everybody.
He still is till this day.
Like, and it's not fair. I love Rey Mysterio, but I honestly, I think just for the moment alone, I'm going to go opening bout for me. If it wasn't for the moment and what it meant to the fans, and with Eddie's passing and everything, this would be dark match because the reign was horrible, and it's nothing on Ray. It was the booking, and they did not care about this man being world champion.
And that's why I asked, do we factor that in? Because what you said proves the statement. They never saw him as a world champion. They that's why I'm going along with you and saying the only reason it's getting opening bout, but it's definitely
And
in the back end
RJ's even like dark match, but like I said, for me,
for the moment alone. Again, as an Eddie Guerrero fan, how it affected me, actually, like being
like
old enough
getting
to
to see
know,
that was is
to being old enough to know what death is and to know that he's no longer going to come back, that saves it from the dark match.
yeah.
But if he would have just won the world championship like that and then the same reign, oh yeah, no, no.
So how about King Booker?
Five time, actually the sixth time world champion.
5-time WCW World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah.
So for me, and how entertaining Booker T was during this reign, I personally, I would like to give it upper mid card. However,
You got to factor in those other titles though, bro. Remember, they bought WCW.
so I'm only counting this from 2002 onward.
Oh, okay, okay.
So that's why like there's no like before WCW people. Um like so I'm kind of like I like this is the WWE World
Oh, okay,
Heavyweight
okay.
Championship. Um just because I feel like that'd be too hard to remember all the WCW reigns, and that'd be a little too much. But King Booker. Personally, I thought he was very entertaining. Um
I mean, if you put it like that, I
He
mean,
was so entertaining, but like as far as character work, let me put it
oh
like
yeah.
that, character work. Now, when we get into the actual matches,
I mean, we can't forget that banger of a triple threat between Cena, King Booker, and the Big Show.
that was at what, Cyber Sunday or Taboo Tuesday?
Whatever the name was for that pay per view, it's
Yeah, it
either
was that
or.
pay per view, whichever one it was.
Whichever type it was at that
Honestly,
time.
like it's between mid card and upper mid card for me.
I'm honestly
I
like, when
think
you really put the whole character in again, like
he actually
I,
made
I'm, I'm,
that king gimmick mean something to me, at least, you
eh,
know.
eh, 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 yeah, he King of the Ring at the time wasn't really a thing anybody really cared about, but Booker T took it and ran with it. I'd say upper mid card.
All right. We can agree on that. Boom. King Booker, where he rightly deserves. How we feeling about Mean Mark Calloway?
It's got to be main event. There don't even got to be a discussion.
Dude, that's how I feel.
You
Like
you you got the Batista stuff. You got the Edge stuff. Do I need to continue?
yeah. The only thing that I would possibly say drags it from main event was maybe the feud with Kane, which I think Kane was the world heavyweight champion at that point.
Yeah.
I don't think the Undertaker was champion. I don't know if he ever won it then. But
I,
dude, you factor in the Edge feud and the Batista feud, and that's all timer for me.
Yeah, so
That's
even
all timer for me, dude.
it's like I said, I don't even need to have a
I don't even think we
conversation.
need to
It's
debate
main
that.
event.
That man's going at the top main event. Dude, for real. Like, yeah. So, how we feeling about the rated R superstar Cope?
Not cope.
Cope
Well, I think people are gonna have to cope with this one. This is also another easy, non-needing to have a discussion main event.
main event. I agree. I think Edge was one of the highlights of SmackDown in the late
If you if
early
you
2010s, late
if you ask
2000s, early
somebody
2010s.
around this time, like you said, you're doing a certain time and certain era between. If you ask somebody top five world heavyweight champions, Edge is on the top five.
Yeah, I mean, you think most people would say, see our main event. Those three guys are in your top five.
Oh yeah,
I'd be willing to bet those three men right there are
yeah.
your top five, and then whoever else is it's up in the air.
Well,
So,
we gonna see when we get to that point because there's still some main events on here.
how are we feeling though, ladies and gentlemen, about the great Khali?
Put that shit in dark match right now.
We
He
know
held
we're
that shit
putting it in
upside
dark
down.
match.
He held that shit upside down.
Held in the title upside down. Oh my god. Y'all don't understand how mad that shit made me. That shit made me furious.
Bruh, I'm not a wrestler.
Furious.
I'm not this, but I've always said the one thing I'm gonna make sure is if I ever was in that situation, I would always make sure the title is the correct way. Because when people fuck it up, I get so mad because it's so simple to not do it. You fuck up so many great pictures. Like, damn, Kali. Like, yeah, your reign was ass, but even the way you won it was ass. Because all we remember is you holding that shit upside down.
I remember I remember watching that at my grandparents' house and just being pissed. Just being so pissed.
Like, I was so happy for new opportunities. I'm like, oh my god, great colleague. And then he holds it upside down. Okay, you win.
I
You
don't
win.
even think that's a discussion.
Hell no.
I'm really trying to remember. Is this Jericho? Is
Uh,
that Jericho?
body shape. Yes, that's
That's
Jericho.
definitely Chris Jericho.
Yeah, body shape, and I think I see the tattoo. Yeah, that's
That's
the learning
Jericho.
tree.
The learning tree. Oh my god. So where do
Uh,
we start with Chris Jericho?
I'd honestly say mid card off the
Mid
rip.
card, really?
Yeah,
So do you like this is where like I don't remember much about this reign besides the whole feud with Shawn Michaels in like 2010 or
exactly.
2009, 2010.
And you see, besides people reminding us, like at the same time, we also have to put into the factor of what we remember, and that's fair because
Yeah.
there is some stuff that we don't remember from that time, but I guarantee you there's other feuds that we'll probably remember from top to bottom.
Yeah.
And that's because they were great feuds with great reigns. So it's like,
And like
I feel
that's
like
why
if
I
we
just
really
think
can't
back of
remember
the
much,
work of like I feel like this was like the entirety of his world title reign
and
was that
that's what
feud.
I'm saying.
And it was a
Like,
great feud though.
I mean,
So for me
yeah,
personally, I would go upper mid card, probably
he
towards the bottom though.
he did punch his wife. I mean,
He punched the shit out of Shawn Michaels' wife.
shout out to her for taking the real bump, the real like
like God.
crazy. If the punch wasn't real, the bump to the floor was. So
Yeah.
you know what? You said upper mid card.
I would say upper mid card.
I wouldn't be mad at it.
We'll, we'll do that for right now.
You see, I'm a sucker for stories. I'm a sucker for moments. So just that moment alone, just the shock value that I
Just
had
like
as a
I feel,
kid.
and they had that. I think it was like a TLC match or just a ladder match. It was a really good match, and like that's all. I just think back to that whole feud. I'd have so many fond memories. But if we're going to talk about fond memories, we have to have a conversation about Mr. John Cena.
That I'm sorry. Y'all could call me biased with this too. This is another non-needing to discuss main event, bro. The World Heavyweight Championship at the time was in a case where it's like, eh. And then Cena.
So in my bias is going to say main event. I'm trying not to be biased, but it's hard. It's hard with your favorites.
It's not even about being biased, bro. It's really not.
See, but all of my
He
biggest
went into the unification match.
that the unification match was the big thing. I remember it. Didn't he come back and beat Del Rio for it, coming off an injury or something like that?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Like I would see, and this is where I was originally thinking.
I think he was only a main event with the
The
WWE
WWE
Championship.
see all my his big matches I feel like were with the WWE Championship.
You see, but
However,
but
when
but
I
but but
look
see, that's
at
the
this
thing.
ranking,
We're ranking just that title ring. We're not trying to. Because if you do want to, because if you do that situation, then yes, okay, it is upper mid card if you're putting it up against the WWE Championship. But that's not what we're
but
doing.
when I look
This
at
nigga just
where
said mid card.
what's that?
Just said mid card.
No, shush. I'm not playing with you.
Like
Not mid card.
we not doing
No
that.
way.
We not
I
doing
would
that.
honestly say main event. I don't think John Cena's World Heavyweight Championships measure up to like the Undertaker and Edge, but I do think they were better than the Reign of Terror. Honestly,
And all right, so I think this is the case where we need everybody's honest answers in the comments. Nothing else after what I just said. I just need everybody who's watching to put your answer, and we're just gonna have to ratio it out. It's Cena. It's his retirement tour. I feel like it's fair to do that. So we gonna give this some time. I'm at main event. Chris is at upper mid card. T-Rail's in here. So everybody, out of respect for the retirement tour, I say upper mid card, but that's just me.
okay.
All
Upper
right.
mid.
So as of that ratioed out, we are at. I mean, averaging out, we are at upper mid card.
Shush. Upper mid. Thank you for being real. Main
All right.
event.
All right. So we got a
Main
main
event.
event,
So we're
but
tied up.
right now, averaged out. Oh.
Christian. Upper mid. Okay. Where's Angel at? I know you in here.
Yeah, because right now, if I'm not mistaken, I
Main
think
event. Oh God, we're 3-3.
yeah.
All right, the next person who hasn't commented already.
Damn. Ooh,
John says main event. It is main event.
let's go.
Thank you, John, for being that tiebreaker. We really appreciate you.
Yes,
Which
sir.
I have absolutely no problem with. I don't
Oh,
think you guys would think I'd
I
have any
love it.
problem
I
with
love it because I was gonna actually get very upset if Cena did not make main event. That was gonna really piss me off.
Man, we got to have some type of debates on here, man.
Oh,
We
of
can't
course,
agree
of
with
course, of course,
everything.
of course, of course.
Chick Magnet Phil.
Is that CM Punk?
That is CM Punk. That's Chick Magnet Phil right there.
Oh yeah, it is. Okay. I don't know why I was looking for shaved hair and I was like,
You
motherfucker.
know, that's when he had the long hair. He was feuding with Jeff Hardy.
I'm looking for no shirt. Like no, that's the other Punk. Honestly, with everything included, I mean, you got the money in the banks that got the moments, but
So the Money in the Bank moments were great. The Jeff Hardy feud was great.
Jeff Hardy's right next to CM Punk, right?
Yep.
Right there.
Jeff Hardy's up next.
Yeah, he's right there.
So I could go either way. I could go top of the mid card or in upper mid card, honestly.
Ooh, I was thinking mid card or opening bout.
Opening like the stuff with Jeff Hardy that I remember was too good, and like the original when he came out and cashed in on Edge was so great. But then when he cashed in on Jeff Hardy, right?
Yeah.
And then he comes out and everybody's like booing him. So he's like, "Why are you booing me? I did the same exact thing last year, and you cheered me like a hero." The character work was great.
Oh yeah.
This is
definitely.
what made me a fan of CM Punk. So me,
it made you a fan?
I could go upper
I
mid card or
this
mid
man.
card.
I hated this man.
You hated him because you were a Jeff Hardy fan. See, everybody's agreeing with me. It's an upper mid card. I'm sorry. It is what it is. He's got to go there, bro.
All right.
But
well, then if that's the case, Jeff Hardy's upper mid card too, because
Oh,
if we're
Jeff Hardy's 100% upper mid card.
putting
I
into
know that's where
everything,
you were
the
going, but
the fact that the person he won his first world championship against being Edge, the way he won the title, we've never seen anybody put somebody through the ladder while their arms are dangling and they're stuck, and then again the story development with that, and then CM Punk. You got to remember that Jeff Hardy's second title reign came from beating CM Punk again.
yep.
And
I loved Jeff Hardy at this point. Like I think everybody did. This was Jeff Hardy at his most lovable. And then this was before or no, this was after the WWE Championship reign, correct?
oh yeah, it was after.
Because this was like 2009, 2010, where I feel like,
Yeah, 2009, 2010,
yeah,
2011,
like
around there.
where like the 2008 was the WWE Championship. That whole era, man,
Mhm.
that whole era, Jeff Hardy was absolutely beloved. Um,
Almost as over as
so,
Obama.
but Jack Swagger, do we even need to debate this?
I mean, if you want to put shock value that he even won the Money in the Bank to begin with, and the fact that they actually had him win his cash in, I mean, you could go opening bout, but I
But what
mean,
happened after?
exactly. That's what I'm saying. If you
Man,
want
this
to,
to me, this honestly, I hated the decision to put the Money in the Bank, to give the Money in the Bank to Jack Swagger. I was legit pissed. I was like, I don't understand. This makes no sense. And mind you, I'm what is this, like 2012? I'm in fucking high school. Like, but when I look back at it, I'm like, this is fucking stupid. This is dark match for me. Like
he
everything
could
about it
be
is dark match for me.
he could be better than
He
Khali,
is better than Khali, but
but
he's still dark match.
that's why we could put him in front of Khali, because again, all the money in the like, it's just not it, bro.
It was not it. There's no disrespect to the man. I have nothing against the guy. It's just I don't think it was the time. It was very weird.
Is that Kane?
Kane with the World Heavyweight Championship.
That shit was dookie,
It
bro.
was it was it was rough.
It
It
was
was rough. The
dookie.
stuff. That's when Paul Bearer came back. He feuded
Yeah.
with the Undertaker. The
Oh,
matches were not good.
yeah.
Then he had a feud with Edge when Edge won it off of him.
Yep.
I think that's when Edge was doing the whole La Familia thing, or maybe it was before, slightly before. Because I remember Edge was the babyface and he kidnapped Paul Bearer and was torturing him. This
Yeah.
reign was weird, man. It was weird, and I didn't really care for it. I don't think it's bad enough to put in a dark match, but opening bout, I feel like is where it needs to
I'd be
be.
fine with opening bout.
Yeah. And then we get Christian. Christian.
At last, you're on your own.
I'm going to let you take this one. How do you feel about Christian's World Heavyweight Championship reign?
Opening bout, not his fault. Again, they just didn't see him as that person. The moment was great. He won it for Edge, but quickly lost it to Randy Orton. I think he had a feud with Mark Henry in between all of this, something like that.
Yeah.
Not really sure, but it's definitely opening bout, man. It's
Yeah. And it's crazy to look at, but yeah, I have no objection to that. It does not offend, but I feel like he should have had the title longer. But
oh
again,
yeah,
not his
oh
fault.
yeah,
But
oh yeah, definitely not his
I
fault.
can't. It's crazy to think about.
Speaking of the man himself, big sexual chocolate, Mark Henry.
Ooh. This man deserved this World Heavyweight Championship.
If I'm not mistaken, this was the beginning of the Hall of Pain, right?
It was, and I think this was his best run.
It just sucks that it ended
Until he
with
got to until I don't was the Hall of Pain and World Heavyweight Championship. That was before he went to do the fake retirement on John Cena, right? Am I getting my timelines mixed up, or was that after?
I think that was dirt. I don't know. Damn.
I truly cannot remember what came first.
The chicken. Yeah, see, I knew it. The Hall of Pain was during this world title reign. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
the Hall of Pain.
this was the Hall of Pain. This was Mark Henry at his best. For me,
If I'm not mistaken, didn't the title reign end with the Daniel Bryan cash in? Or was that when Big Show was world
I
champion?
think that was when Big Show was world champion.
Okay.
Because I think Big Show beat Mark Henry for it, and then Daniel Bryan cashed in on Big Show.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
So I personally, how I would go with this, Mark Henry, in my opinion, would be mid card
I'd say,
to upper mid card, somewhere
I'd,
in there.
I, I,
Like top of
you
the
know
mid
what?
card tier or bottom of the upper mid.
You know what? When I look at the people in mid card, I would say I'd put him in upper mid card.
I have no problem with that. I really don't, because this was, like I said, this was Mark Henry's best reign.
The Hall
And
of
I
Fame
think he kicked
character,
ass.
yeah, the Hall of Fame character as a whole was amazing.
And however, we go on to the Big Show, my papa.
If you know, you know.
And
you know, Big Show's title reigns are like his heel and face turns. They just come and go. They you know, it's like I'd have to. He's at least opening bout.
and that's where I would put it. There's nothing memorable besides him losing this belt.
Yeah, I would say opening bout.
And that's, like I said, no offense to Big Show.
That's crazy.
They just always treated this man like his world title reigns did not matter. And yeah, like I hate that for the guy, but yeah, that's what we're gonna have to go.
Sir
How
Brian
about
Danielson.
D-Bry, the American Dragon?
Jake Long? Yes, sir. Some people were not bragging. But Money in the Bank cash in.
Money in the Bank cash in.
It's funny that we keep bringing that up multiple times. I can't wait till we do the WWE Championship one.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do a WWE Championship one.
It.
But I mean, Daniel Bryan had, I think, a solid world title reign. Because didn't he have matches with? Okay, I may be thinking of him not. Like, I'm remembering him having matches with CM Punk. Is that during Daniel Bryan's world title reign, or was that CM Punk world title reign?
I want to say it was during both.
Like, I'm specifically remembering this, and I don't know if I'm just making stuff up in my head or not.
No, they definitely had a match during that time. They definitely did. Just waiting for, comments to verify.
Like, that's what I'm trying to see. Like, I feel like he had some good matches then. But I just remember him losing to Sheamus in 18 seconds. And for that alone, I feel like
there's that.
Puts it in mid card for me. Like, it's not opening bout for sure. But I also, when I look at like some of the reigns in upper mid card, I feel like it's good enough to go near the top of the mid card. I don't know. How are y'all feeling about this?
I can agree with top of the mid card. Put him right over everybody in mid card.
Yeah, like I think
because it just sucks place. The way it just sucks. The kiss and then bro kick and then 1, 2, 3.
Yep. Mid card for the B+ Blair.
I mean, shit. We could have put him in opening bout because if I'm not mistaken, was that not the opening bout?
It wasn't the opening bout, unfortunately. But who we got? Dolph Ziggles.
The Ziggle man.
Ziggles?
I mean.
So
again, if I'm not mistaken, Money in the Bank cash in again.
So here's where I go with Ziggler. At one point, he was just given the World Heavyweight Championship.
See, Chris, this is why we can't question ourselves because RJ just verified. I was right. They did have the match with each other, and they were both champions at the time.
Okay,
that's why you couldn't remember who was champion because they both were. I knew I wasn't bugging.
Yep, I knew I wasn't crazy. So with Ziggler, here's my thing. He was originally, I think he was given the World Heavyweight Championship by Vicky Guerrero, then loses it to Edge that same night. And
Yep.
then I remember him having the amazing, probably one of the best, if not the best, Money in the Bank cash in of all time.
Seth Rollins, but we can continue.
I agree. But some people would argue, and I personally think it goes Seth Dolph. But if people were to say Dolph Seth, I wouldn't fight them on it because that moment was electric. However, they didn't do shit with the reign. That moment is the only good thing about any of his reigns, I feel like. So I would honestly go opening bout. Maybe closer to the top of opening bout, but opening bout nonetheless. What do you think?
Damn, so that means the cash in itself only saved it from dark match. I think it's valid enough to be at the end of mid card.
I'm okay with the end of mid card. I was thinking top of opening bout. Like, it's
that
nowhere
money in the
close to dark match, but
with the Money in the Bank cash in, but also with the stuff about that involved Vicky. I mean, come on, we were like, bro, that stuff was funny and interesting for
it
what
was.
it was.
Okay, I can
You
go
know,
mid card. I can go mid card with this. I'm perfectly okay with that. Del Rio,
sure.
I fucking hate El Belter Del Rio.
He
Yeah,
is
El Patron, I can't stand the man.
El Patron.
I cannot stand. I have no love lost for this person. This man, I hated this guy, and it wasn't like, oh, he was doing his job as a heel. I thought it was fucking boring. I turned my TV off anytime he came on. So for me, it's dark match. I will let you plead your case if you think anything else. You guys in the comments as well. You guys are more than welcome to plead your cases.
Here are the cases for who?
Del Rio.
Oh no, I said my case at the beginning. I said, huh.
Oh.
That's why I ain't say nothing, bro. That's why I ain't say nothing.
Okay. So like I said, if you felt any different, you can plead your case. I personally, it's nothing. Like I said, it's nothing personal.
Fake Eddie Guerrero.
But
that's all.
I did not care for his character. Like, he was just boring.
Yep. See,
There's
Angel,
nothing
you
worse
got
you
it.
could be than boring.
You got it, Angel. Dookie water. Yep.
Dookie water.
That's exactly what it was.
How are we feeling about Sheamus?
Sheamus.
It's a shame for fame. Lobster head.
Wind up dead. Oh. Yeah. I'd say mid card.
I would say mid card. It was a great moment for him at WrestleMania. I don't think I didn't become a fan of Sheamus until much later. I feel like Sheamus, when he first came out, I didn't care for him too much. When he beat John Cena for the WWE Championship, I was upset. Didn't make sense to me. Nothing about him popped. However, obviously, my opinion has changed. I'm a big Sheamus guy. I will go mid card for this.
Definitely mid card. Just says a boring reign, but I mean, you could have been on the podcast and made the difference, but who cares about you?
Mid card.
Damn. I just realized, I guess, are we going to end with only a fatal 4-way in main event?
Ooh. I don't know. We'll have to debate this.
We got 4 people. Seth Rollins.
I'll let you start off on this.
You see, first off, there's a reason
where your head's at.
There's a reason why Seth Rollins he was the first ever new World Heavyweight Champion when they brought this back. There's a reason they had him hold that. Some feuds, made no sense. But as a whole, man, this shit is a dark match. Now let me stop.
I was like, wait, whoa.
If I'm not like I'm not gonna lie to you, and now I'm happy because I just realized, oh wait, we're not. This has to go to main event, bro.
I agree. I really do. I I can see it being upper mid card, and if it ever did go to upper mid card, it'd be at the top of that list. But for me, it is a main event, man. I think
We
he was the perfect choice for a brand new world heavyweight champion, and he did a fantastic job making this belt relevant. Because
of
when they first
course.
brought this belt out, everybody was like, "Oh, it's a consolation prize for everybody that can't beat Roman." The man
Yep.
made it worth something. I look forward to World Heavyweight Championship matches because of this reign he had.
Huh,
So
shit.
thank you, Seth
Huh,
Rollins.
shit. They tried to call it the championship. Oh, the ones that can't beat Roman. Yeah, Seth lost it the same night Roman did. So that statement died.
And it was, and yeah.
It, it-
So we get to Drew McIntyre.
listen, bruh.
A 6-minute reign, but
Listen, bruh.
listen to me where I'm gonna go with this, and I'll let you
All
have
right,
yours.
let's see how you save this from where we know it should go. Let's
So
see
a
how you
six
save this.
minute reign,
Okay.
but when you look at it as a whole,
A
in the
whole
lead
six
up
minutes.
to him winning it, I thought the match with Seth was great. By the way,
Oh,
it was a
of
quick
course.
match,
Of
but it was
course.
great.
Of course.
And then the him using that and leading into a story, like to lean into the story with CM Punk, getting up and taunting CM Punk that, hey, I just won this at WrestleMania. You're never gonna get this. To CM Punk then tripping him up, hitting him with the belt, and Damian Priest cashes in, leading to another a a cash in moment that is great for that alone and that work he did in 6 minutes. I'll go top of opening bout, lower mid card.
I am definitely nowhere near the mid card area. If that's what you want to go with, I'm fine with opening bout.
RJ, come
Right?
on. You can't tell me that whole 6 minutes wasn't great. Him celebrating and then getting cashed in on.
Yeah, I'll
Right?
give it. I'll give it the opening bout simply for the Damian Priest cash in
I
after.
think I'm fine with that. I'll put it. I'll put him here, and then we can debate a little bit later on the opening bout meter. But we'll get to Mr. Damian Priest, El Champion, El
Listen, if
Campeon.
I'm being biased,
I'm
I put
working
him
on my
in.
Spanish.
Listen, if I was being biased, I put him in main event, but he's definitely upper mid card.
I think without a doubt he's upper mid card. I don't think
To
it's one of the greatest reigns ever. I
Oh
think it's
no,
pretty up there though. I think Damian Priest had a really good reign, and I can't wait for him to have another one.
you
I
you
really
you you
can't.
you have to factor in everything that people said. Like, his cash in is just like Jack Swagger. He's gonna have a Jack Swagger type of reign, and then for what he turned it into, to many times people thinking, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. No, bro, he kept winning and kept winning. He lost. There's only one person he lost to, and that's the next person we talking to, and the current champion himself. This man Mitri said, "Damn, y'all almost done." I can't with him, bro. We be setting times, bro, and the times is the times. Look, we only got an hour, and we about to be done in exactly an hour. Look at that.
Yep.
Our time management is undefeated, bro. And we kind of went a little late too. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
He defended it against Jay, Drew, Seth, and Gunther, and the matches were great, bro. That's what I'm
Yes,
saying.
sir.
People thought Seth was gonna get that title back instantly. I
Nope.
thought they were gonna do it.
Nope.
And it's not because I didn't have faith. I'm just like, I mean, it's fucking Seth Rollins, but lo and behold,
But we get to the ring general, Gunther. What do you personally me?
listen,
This
man.
bout has not lived up to my expectations. However, I think the matches aren't bad, and I think the matches save it from opening bout. But for right now,
It's
it's
mid card.
lower mid card for me.
Yeah,
It's just there. It's mid.
yeah,
Um,
and the fact that, and you have to factor this in because it happened. He was champion during this. He lost to Cody.
yep. And I don't think he should have been losing.
No, definitely not. I'd say if anything, they should have found a way to make it a draw. I get that somebody had to be
Um,
champion, but nah.
but I mean, he still puts on great matches, so that's what is saving it
This
from.
man Mitri said Gunther as world champion is dark match. All right, it's a good thing we did not have him on the pod today.
Oh, Mitri, you crazy, bro. But do you want to go through these and rank the individual tiers here? As far right now, in main event, we got Batista, Undertaker, Edge, John Cena, and Seth Rollins in the main event.
I'd say if anything, you would put Undertaker first. You could fight between Edge and Batista, who comes second.
I am honestly, that would be, if it's up to me, that is my main event.
I'm not mad at that one.
Now, if I'm looking at this upper mid card, this is where it gets interesting. Because when I look at this crop right here, I don't think the Reign of Terror deserves to be up here.
That's still crazy. Hey, Mitri, you could have made a difference. But I'd say with what I'm looking at, I'd say Booker T first.
Okay.
This is not much value that we're looking at.
So I would honestly put Priest a lot closer up here.
Priest is top 5.
I would personally have Priest number 2.
I'd put Booker, Priest, if we're going that way. Mark Henry.
You want Mark Henry up here?
Definitely Mark Henry.
So the more I'm looking at this, bro, the Reign of Terror is going to the back of this.
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
Because Jeff Hardy, where I'm looking at, I'm like, everybody, like I would personally, I would have it much like, if I can get this right.
Yeah.
I would have it much like this.
There we go. That's perfect.
Honestly, the priest from Priest to Jericho, you could put those in any order and I wouldn't be mad. I'm not gonna lie. I think the Booker T ends up, like, King Booker is up there because he had so much entertainment value during this time. I was a huge Booker T fan at this point. Like, he made a believer out of me in that gimmick. That it's great. It's always fun to look back on, and it's just a classic. So, mid card. How are we looking at this?
Ugh.
I think Daniel Bryan stays at the top.
We got Randy stays second.
Randy can stay second. I would put Kurt here. Ziggles here for the moment.
I'd put Sheamus over Kurt.
Baltimore can just go to the back just because of who he is.
I think, and I think that's perfect right there.
Yeah, and look, Gunther has every chance to rise up in these rankings.
Of course.
I really hope that I look back on his reign and say, okay, we can move him up. I really hope things change because I love Gunther. I hope things change. Opening bout, we got Shawn Michaels, Goldberg, Rey Mysterio, Kane, Christian, Big Show, and Drew McIntyre.
So we definitely keep in Shawn Michaels first.
Yes.
Rey Mysterio can be second. Kane gotta be Big Show could be last.
Honestly, I'm going to do like what I would do. This is what I would do right here. No, shit, wrong. Sorry. There we go. This is how I would put it. Shawn first. If we're looking, a lot of these are more moments than anything in the reign that were big.
Yeah.
Got Shawn winning that title after coming back was great. Rey Mysterio winning that title, big moment. Not much after it. Christian wins the title after Edge has to retire. Great moment. Gets beat very quickly after. Drew McIntyre wins the title, big moment, and leads to a big cash in. Goldberg wins the title, doesn't do much else with it. Kane doesn't do much in his reign. And Big Show,
I just realized he got cashed in on by Rey Mysterio, didn't he?
Who did?
That was other way around. My bad.
He cashed in on Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, other way around.
And
Oh,
like that was like that's how you win your Kane. Like, come on.
yeah, that's right.
I
Same
mean, it
night
made
too.
him evil. It made you hate him, but it's Kane.
It's gotta be
You
Kane.
really had to beat down a weakened Rey Mysterio.
And then dark match. I mean, you put
I'm
Great
okay
Khali
with how Dark
first.
Match looks.
Nah, I think Great Khali got to be first, man.
I'll take my bias out of it. Del Rio can go second. But yeah, I think right there is the perfect tier list for the World Heavyweight Champions.
I'd honestly
So,
put I'd honestly put Great Khali first, but I mean,
oh, you put him first.
yeah, he's definitely, bro. That upside down championship, bro.
Uh,
It,
uh,
it, it,
so he's the best of the dark match category
oh
or the
wait, yeah,
worst.
that. Oh wait, yeah, that's right, that's right. Put him back to where he was. Yeah, that's right, that's right. Put him back to where he was. Yep. Looked at it the opposite way.
There we go. All right. But yeah, I mean that's pretty solid right there. Um, and I can't wait to do the WWE champions. I think we're gonna pop in, and when we can do more of these, like Intercontinental, WWE champion, US champion. We can do it all.
Yeah,
Just
and
when
this
we
time
got
I'm gonna
time
be
like this, we'll pop in, guys. I appreciate everybody that joined us tonight. I mean, I
for
know
real
this was a out of the blue thing.
off
Um,
day. AEW's about to start.
yeah. So yeah, I appreciate all you guys joining in here. This was a lot of fun, a little bit of stuff. So I appreciate you guys. Definitely, if you haven't already, like the video. And I'm gonna say that every stream we do, like the video, share the channel with your friends. We are really close to being up to 1,500 followers, which is insane. Thinking of and when we started this year, we were at 1,100. Um, we have a lot of big things coming for you guys this year, so definitely stay tuned and keep rocking. Stay juicy.
That's better than what Shish says.
Stay juicy.
That was Shish for not
We're
showing
just
up.
gonna
I agree.
pose.
I agree.
Shush, you better be here next week, brother. But you got anything to say before we head out?
Now that's really it. Appreciate everybody who came by again. This is a random Wednesday, but you guys still showed up. We love y'all for that. Catch us next time. This time I'll definitely pay more attention to the chat so I could be more prepared for the situation. Because if I'd known, I would have had my setup and everything going. But it was last minute. But still gonna get it done. Shush, you're a bitch. But yeah, that WWE Championship ranking is going to be fun and interesting. I tell you,
Maybe
because
we can try to aim for something sometime next week. We can try to do that. Oh,
oh
and
yeah,
just before we leave, I did want to let you know, my man. So Brock Lesnar and Ric Flair were not on this list because this was a World Heavyweight Championship from 2002 to present. Now, Brock Lesnar, obviously, he did hold that title, but it was technically considered like the undisputed championship. So it was like both at the same time. So that's why he wasn't included on this. But yeah. But yeah, thank you guys for showing up in numbers. Appreciate you guys. Have a great one.
I'll be safe.